Michael, dude, this is a unique story. I thought this one very topical, I think, at the end of the day. As Yakuza creator, Nagoshi says the era of game size being most important is coming to an end.
Finally.
Chris, Chris calling over BGC. In an interview with Famitsu, Nagoshi explained that new studio's debut game will be an action-adventure game, but stressed that he doesn't think game size is as important as it used to be. Quote, I want to make a game that is fun to play, but isn't too much of a hassle, end quote, Nagoshi said. Quote, even though there aren't many completely original games now, if you include overseas games, there are so many titles out there that it's impossible to play them all. Looking at the situation, I think that a number of console games in the lives of ordinary game fans may be a little excessive. There are still many titles being released, but I feel that the era of games where the volume is the selling point is coming to an end, end quote. Nagoshi founded a new studio 3 years ago, but has yet to announce its debut game. After sharing his views on larger games, he told Famitsu that he is currently in the process of trying to make the world map smaller in his current project. Quote, we should be entering the mass production phase for the assets soon, so it's about time to decide on the final volume estimate. But I'm still thinking about whether it's really good enough, end quote. He explained, quote, of course, we have the map, but the current vision is so large that's almost too large. Michael, where are you, buddy?
Well, this is a tough one, right? Especially with the price of games starting to slowly go up. We've talked about it with GTA. That might be the next price hike that sort of sets the market trend. You want these games to be worth your money, but we talk about it all the time, right? The game like Dragon Age, 40 hours. I mean, you and I are lucky enough to get able to play video games for our day jobs, right? Imagine you can't. You come home from your job, you get a couple hours maybe to play. You're looking at like almost 2 months to beat just one game. And in that time, 5 new games are going to come out, right? So it's this tricky, it's this finite balance. I'm curious to see where you are, Drew. I would say 20 hours is my like current spot with the price of games that I think they should aim for. What about you?
I miss the days of where I can beat a game in 10 to 12.
Fair enough.
Straight up. Like, I miss, my time is so valuable right now and so busy. Dude, I have a wife, I have 3 kids, right? And granted, like you say, we're very fortunate that we do this for a living, that we have our games given to us and then we play them, review them, and then post them, right? It's not like we just don't do anything with them. It's a time sink though, man. Like that's what I said, we talked about Dragon Age. I'm 30 hours into that game and I feel like I'm halfway through, right? Halfway through. Go over to Assassin's Creed. Those games are massive, right? Valhalla, I'm 150 hours. That's on the smaller side, right? Some of people I know, you talk about The Witcher 3. I know people have 400 hours plus into that game. My brother being one of them, right? It is such a time sink to get into. The days of way back when Nintendo first dropped, right? You buy one game, you play that for 6 months, then you get another game. Dude, that is impossible these days. Absolutely impossible to do because there's always something new dropping the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. So for us, even as our job, dude, to try and keep up with all the content that we've tried to create here for all of our shows, right? Make sure we're all up to date on the next game that's dropping, that we've played that game, to be able to talk about that game with our audience. It's hard. That is hard work, man. And if you have to pay for these games, this is the other side. If you're paying for them, right, at a $80 price tag, how much do you want to put into that game versus saying, hey, I'm going to hang out with my buddies tonight. We're going to jump into the world of Helldivers. I paid $40 for this one. I'd rather go play that instead of playing a single player experience or something that is so huge. Again, everybody's going to be looking at GTA 6 going, this game is going to be my go-to experience to hang out with my friends. You talk about WoW all the time, right? You go over there, you get into League of Legends. Dude, you're looking to just, how do we chill out for the night? That is a good time. And that's the biggest thing. When you talk about having a good time, 9 times out of 10, dude, you're playing with your friends.
Exactly, right? And I think the games like a GTA, like a Skyrim, which that was like a decade ago, but still one of those that you're going to have, I think, hundreds of thousands of hours in. It's good to have one of those a year, right? Of course, the studios aren't going to all agree, hey, all right, your turn to release the big game. All right, now it's my turn to release the big game. But those are good in like small doses, maybe even once a quarter if you really want to stretch it. have a Dragon Age. But then you said, we're going to get a Dragon Age. Then we're going to get an Assassin's Creed. We have Indiana Jones. We just had the deep dive where they kind of hinted at there's more to this game than just the story, right? It's just so much. So I'm hoping we get into it. As we said, though, that price tag also make things a bit iffy. I'm curious to see, right? Saying good things right now is no Nagoshi. I'd laugh if we come out Yakuza 20, 25 hours, right? We'll have to see. But man, shorter games, I don't think anybody's complaining, Drew.